Hi guys, FDG here today talking about some conceptual ideas, some things based on emails that I get from you all. And I want to talk to you guys today about what I like to call why versus how versus why. Now the reason I mention the idea of this is because so many times students will come to me and they'll say, how can I do this? How can I do that? How can I have more endurance? How can I play more relaxed? And then in the process of them asking me how to do something, I wind up asking them what the context is they're going to be doing it. For instance, a student came to me and said, I want to be able to play a double high G, but I want to be able to do it more relaxed and at the end of the gig when it's really difficult. And I asked him, okay, that's fantastic, I can help you with that. So what is the context in which you're going to be playing that note? And the student sort of looked at me a little bit confused and said, context? What do you mean context? And I said, well, what's the application? Is it going to be for Broadway? Is it going to be in a big band? Is it going to be in a brass quintet, maybe on piccolo trumpet? Is it going to be in a marching band or a drum corps? Because the approach for playing that note will be very different in each. And so an efficient, relaxed high G in a setting of a brass quintet, for instance, if you brought that same mentality to a big band or to a drum corps, it wouldn't work, and you'd find yourself back to square one using just as much resistance and pressure, and you'd feel like you didn't get anything out of the experience of learning how to play this note in a more relaxed way. And so the idea that I want to convey to you today is maybe sometimes in our pursuit to try to get better at something, we might want to spend a little bit more time pondering the why of what we want versus just the how. Because if you look around, you'll see there's tons of books, there's tons of literature, there are tons of videos like this talking about how to do things. And so the question becomes, if there's so much information about how to do things, then why do people keep coming back to me asking me how to do it? Because the thing they got before didn't work, obviously. Because if it worked, they wouldn't be coming to me for advice or a solution. So what I always ask my students, and my very successful students already do this, they understand why they want to do something before they start to look at how to do it. And so they avoid what I call the ready, fire, aim mentality that so many young people, especially young people, but people of all ages can tend to have, is this idea that I'm going to get myself ready, I'm going to start going, and then I'll look at where I'm going. And I think people maybe don't want to think of it that way. But if you take a look at the choices that you made till now, you quickly kind of realize that some of the roadblocks have come from not knowing exactly why you're going a certain way before you start going that way. And so I think you might discover that if you can embrace this idea of understanding that why is maybe more important than how, then the how to do it becomes very easy. The procedure, how you're going to go about it, what you discover time-wise is that it's very quick, much quicker than you think, and much less frustrating. I think the frustration comes from not really understanding why you're doing something versus why the thing that you're doing is not working, right? So in short, that's pretty much it. What I want people to do is when you email me and you contact me about playing in a more relaxed way so you can play more musically, so you can do things that you want to do and maybe find more work, find more happiness in your work, maybe think of why you're doing what you're doing or what the application is that you want to use this information in, and you might discover that things start to click for you much more quickly, as they have for my students once they embrace this concept of why is maybe more important than how initially. Okay, have a great week. I'll see you later. Bye.